Hello everyone. My name is Mr. Zabron, maths teacher. Now this is a continuation of video part 5. Right? The question says, here are 4 cards. You have 4 cards over here. Use 2 of these cards to make this calculation correct. Okay, so we have 1 here, we have 1 here. So we are supposed to select a card from these 4 cards, so that when you put its number over here and pick another number from these 4 cards, put it over here, so that when you square this, when you square these 2 cards minus the square of these 2 cards, then the result should be equal to 5 squared. But 5 square is the same as 5 times 5. This is equal to 25. So the result over here minus the result over here should give you 25. Now, how do we do that? Good. The idea is the number you get here, let me show you. The number you get here and the number you get over here, this number, when squared, should give you the largest result, and this number should be the smallest result when compared with this result. So this number should be larger than this number here. So this number should be smaller than this. I hope you got the idea. Why should we say so? Because there is subtraction sign. So if this number is smaller than this number, then the result will be a negative result. But remember, this is positive 25, because 5 squared is 25, which is positive. Okay, now let us start selecting the cards. Suppose we put 2 here, so this will become 12. And suppose we put 1 over here, this will become 11. Now, what is 12 squared? 12 squared means 12 times 12, and 12 times 12 is 144. How about 11 squared? This is 11 times 11, and this equals to 121. Now question, is 12 squared, which is 144, minus 11 squared, which is 121, is this going to give you the answer 25? Let us see. 4 minus 1 is 3, 4 minus 2 is 2. So the result is 23, but we were expecting to get 25. So the selection of the cards is incorrect. So let us try another selection. This result should be larger than this result, because it is subtraction sign. Now, let us try another selection of cards. Let us say we put 4 here, and the number becomes 14. Let us put, no, let us start with this. Let's say put 3 there, and we put 2 over here. What do we get? Okay, now the number becomes 13 square. 13 square means 13 times 13. And what is 13 times 13? This equals 169. How about this number here, 12 square? 12 square is the same as 12 times 12, and this equals to 144. Now question, is 13 square, which is 169, minus 12 square, which is 144, will it give you 25? Let us see. 5 minus 4 is 5, 6 minus 4 is 2, so the answer is 25. So that means the card which you are going to put here, you're going to put the card labeled 3, and you're going to put here the card labeled 2. And this number will become 13, and this number will become 12. So 13 square minus 12 square, the answer equals to 5 square, which is equal to 25. I hope that helps. Okay, let us go to another question. This question says, okay, this question is all about Alex. Okay, Alex knows that 374 multiplied by 3, the answer equals to 1122. This is what Alex knows. Now he also thinks that 1122 divided by 0.3, the answer equals 37.4. Now the question is Alex correct? Tick a box and explain your answer. Okay. Let us see. Alex thinks that 1122 divided by 0.3, the answer equals to 37.4. Now let us see if this is correct. Okay, now from here we have 374 multiplied by 3 equals to 1122. Now, how can we convert the 3 into 0.3? Okay, so what we are going to do is, here we have 0.3, and here we have 3. So what you are going to do is divide by 10 over here, because 3 divided by 10 is 0.3. Now when you divide by 10 on both, when you divide by 10 on this side, you should also divide by 10 on the other side. Okay? Now this will be 374 multiplied by 3 divided by 10 is 0.3 equals to. Now this number, don't divide by 10. Why? Because you are going to lose this number, because this number over here is the same as this number over here. So when you divide by 10, you are going to lose it. So just leave it like that. 1122 divided by 10. Okay. Now, how do we proceed from here? What do you do? Just multiply by 10, this 10 here, and multiply by 10 on this side. So this 10 and this 10 will cancel. Okay. What is 10 times 374? The answer will be 3740 multiplied by 0.3. That will be equal to 1122. Now remember our question. Our question is 1122 divided by 0.3, is it equal to, let me write this properly. Alex thinks that 1122 divided by 0.3 equals to 37.4. Now, is Alex correct? Now, we are almost done. So what we are going to do from here is divide by 0.3, divide by 0.3. Now, this 0.3 and 0.3 will cancel. You remain with 3740 equals to 1122 divide by 0.3. So, in conclusion, we say 1122 divide by 0.3. The answer is equal to 3740 and not 37.4. So here, the question is Alex correct? So Alex is incorrect. Okay? Explain your answer. Okay. How do we explain this? The idea is the number 374 has to be multiplied by 10 and not to be divided by 10. Alright, so this is the explanation. So the number 374 has to be multiplied by 10 and not to be divided by 10. Okay, so let us move to the next question. The next question is here. The question says, Manjit thinks of a factor of 24. Gabriela thinks of a multiple of 13. The square of Manjit's number is 3 less than Gabriela's number. Work out the numbers that Manjit and Gabriela thought of. Okay? Let us start with Manjit. Manjit thinks of a factor of 24. Okay, remember what we said? 1 is a factor of every number. So when you are listing the factors of any number, start with 1. And then to get the next number, take the number itself, which is 24, divide by 1. Any number divided by 1 equals the same number. So the next other factor of 24 will be the number itself. So put it over here. Then you go to 2. Is 24 divisible by 2? Let us see. 24 divided by 2, the answer is 12. So 2 is divisible by, 24 is divisible by 2. And the answer is 12. Let us see the next number. 3, try 3. Is 24 divisible by 3? Yes, the answer is 8. So 8 is one of the factors of 24. We try 4. Is 24 divisible by 4? The answer is yes. That goes by 6. So 6 is another number. Okay, try 5. Is 24 divisible by 5? The answer is no. So 5 is not a factor of 24. So these are the numbers that Manjit is thinking of. So the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. These are numbers of Manjit. Okay, now, there is this sentence here. The square of Manjit's number is 3 less than Gabriela's number. Now let us see Gabriela's number. Gabriela thinks of a multiple of 13. What are multiples of 13? The multiples of 13 start with 13 itself, and you add 13 continuously. Let us see. 13, add 13 here. You'll get the next multiple. So 13 plus 13 equals 26. Add the number itself to get the next multiple. This will be equal to 39. Add again 13 to get the next multiple of 13. That will give you, this is 12, this is 4, 52, Okay, add the number 13 to get the next multiple. That will give you 65. Keep adding to get more multiples of 13. This will give you, this is 8, and this will be 878. Okay, keep going. Add 13 over here. This will be 11. This will be 91. You can stop here and say those multiples, the multiples of a number goes to infinity. Okay, so we have seen how to generate the multiples of 13. So this may be deleted. Okay. Alright, let us remove this. Okay. Let's remove all this. And this is how to generate the multiples of 13. Now let us go back to the question. The question says the square of Manjiti's number. Okay, we need to find the square of Manjiti's number. Manjiti's numbers, the square of Manjiti's numbers. Okay, Manjiti's numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. What are the square of each and every single number from this list? Okay, so 1 square. What is 1 square? 1 square equals to 1. 2 square. 2 square equals 4. And 3 square. 3 square equals 9. 4 square equals 16. 6 square equals 36. 8 square equals to 64. 12 square equals to 144. 24 square equals to 576. You can check that using a calculator. 24 square equals to, let me check. Right, 24 square equals 576. So we are good to go. Now, the question says the square of Manjiti's number is 3 less than Gabriela's number. Let us try to compare the square of Manjiti's number. We have 13 and 1. Is 1 3 less than 13? No. Is 4 less than 26? Is the number 4 3 less than 26? The answer is no. Now try to compare this number here, 39 and 36. You find that 36 is 3 less than 39. But 36 is a square of which number? 36 is a square of 6. So the question is, work out the numbers that Manjiti and Gabriela thought of. So what is the idea? Here we write Manjit. Here we write Manjit thought of the number 6, and Gabriela thought of the number 39. Thought of the number 39. Because if you take the square of 6, you get 36. But 36 is 3 less than 39. So Manjit thought of 6 and Gabriela thought of 39. I hope that helps. Now let us proceed with this question here. The question says complete these statements. Okay. We have, let me start with this, complete these statements. So we have a missing number here, plus -3 equals to 6.3. So what we do, we treat the missing number as a letter. You have to treat the missing number as a letter. So let us assume this missing number is x. So the equation becomes x plus -3 equals to 6.3. Now when you have the two signs following each other, what we do, we multiply these signs. Okay, so what is positive to negative? Positive to negative is negative. So this will be x minus 3 equals to 6.3. Then transfer this -3 on this side because we are looking for the value of x. So that will become x equals to 6.3. Now when this -3 goes on the other side, it becomes plus 3. So this will be equal to x equals to 6.3 plus 3.0. So add that, you get 3. This is 9. So this will imply that x equals to 9.3. So the missing number here is 9.3. That is the missing number. Okay, let us see the next question. So you can pause the video and try to do other questions. Okay, so like as I said before, the missing number, you treat it as a letter. So the equation becomes y, which is the missing number, times -3 equals to 6.3. Okay, so what is y times -3? The answer is -3y equals to 6.3. How do we get the value of y? Divide by -3 on both sides, divide by -3 on both sides. Negative divided by negative, that makes positive. 3 divided by 3, that will cancel. So you remain with y equals to positive divided by negative. The answer is negative. And what is 6.3 divided by 3? 6.3 divided by 3, that comes 2, and this is 6. Subtract, the remainder is 0. So this decimal point goes over here. Drop this 3 here. 3 divided by 3, the answer is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. So the remainder will be 0. Okay, so the remainder is 0. So what does it mean? It means that positive 6.3 divided by -3, the answer is negative 2.1. So over here, we write negative 2.1. So you can pause the video and try the next question. Okay, but if you don't mind, let us proceed and work out the next missing number. Okay, so like as I said before, what we do, we treat the missing number as a letter, call it m. So the equation becomes m divided by -3. The answer is 6.3. Okay, now, because this is division, let us write this division in a style of a fraction. So this will be m over -3 equals to 6.3. How do we get the value of m? Multiply by -3 on both sides. Multiply by -3 on both sides. So negative times negative becomes positive. 3 and 3 will cancel. So you remain with m equals to, then you multiply. This is positive times negative, you get negative. Then you do 6.3 times 3. 6.3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18. 1 decimal place, keep it over here. So the answer is negative 18.9. So the missing number over here is negative 18.9. See that? I hope that helps. Or then let us go here to the next question. Oh, these are mental calculations. We don't have to use a calculator. So these are mental calculations, and usually, like how I said in my numbers part 1 video, I said that in year 9, when you will be sitting in year 9 for the checkpoint exam, you will have 2 papers. You will have paper 1 and paper 2. In paper 1, no calculator. See that? In paper 1, you don't have to use a calculator. But in paper 2, you will have to use calculator. So guess what? These questions usually, this type of questions usually comes in paper 1. So in answering these questions, I'm not going to touch the calculator because these questions usually comes in paper 1, in which you have to attempt every single question without using a calculator. So let us try to do without using a calculator. Match each calculation to its answer. The first one has been done for you. So the first one has been done for you. So we don't have to work out that. Let us proceed with the next question. And the question says 0.64 multiplied by 0.4. We have 0, let me do it here, 0.64 times 0.4. Okay, so mentally, how do we do that question? Okay, so usually we ignore the decimal point. And we concentrate on the whole numbers. So we do 64 times 4. So 64 times 4, what is the answer? 4 times 4 is 16, add 1. 4 times 6 is 24, add 1, this is 25. So the answer is 256. So how many decimal places are here? We have 2 decimal places, and here we have 1 decimal place. Total, we have 3 decimal places. Now, 3 decimal places means from your right hand side, count 3 numbers. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 numbers. So you keep a 0 point there, and the answer becomes 0.256. So do we have that answer, 0.256? Yes, we do. So how do we match that? We just match easily like so. So 0.64 times 0.4, we got 0.256. So you match like this. And then we can take out this. Okay. That is the calculation for that. Now let us do 0.64. 0.64 divided by 0.4. Okay, so 0.64 divided by 0.4, what we do, make it as a fraction because this is division. So set it like a fraction and put it like this. And then check, in the numerator you have 2 decimal places, but in the denominator you have 1 decimal place. Now let us use the 2 decimal places. So the 2 decimal places suggest 100. So you multiply 100 by the numerator, and also you multiply 100 by the denominator. The reason being, we want to remove the decimal places. Okay, what is 0.64 times 100? 0.64 times 100. What we do, we ignore the decimal point, and then we put a number like so, and then these 2 zeros, we put them next to each other like so. When you count, there are 2 decimal places, so you count 2 numbers from the right hand side. You find that 2 numbers from your right hand side, this 0 and this 0, and you keep a decimal point over here, and the answer becomes 0.64.00. Now 0.64.00 is meaningless, but just 64. So you see that? So that means 0.64 divided by 0.4, the answer is 64. So you match that. 0.64 divided by 0.4, the answer is, we got what? 64. Yes. So here, 0.64 times 100, we got 64. And when it comes to denominator, let us check. 0.4 times 100, what did we get? What I said is ignore the decimal point and then put 0.4, and these two zeros, put them next to each other, and you have one decimal place over here, so you count one number from the right hand side and you keep a decimal point after counting one number from the right hand side. So from the right hand side we have one number and we cancel this 0, keep a decimal point over here, so this will be 0.40. So this 0 will be cancelled and also this 0 will be cancelled. So 64 will be divided by 40. See that? Cool. Now, let us do 64 divided by 40. Let us do 64 divided by 40. Okay? 64 divided by 40, that comes 1. 1 times 40 is 40. Subtract here, the remainder is 24. Okay, 24 divided by 40 is impossible. Put a decimal point, add 0 over here. The number becomes 240 divided by 40. That will be 6. 6 times 40. The answer is 240. See that? And the remainder is 0. So in other words, 0.64 divided by 0.4, the answer is 1.6. Okay, so 1.6, you do that, match it exactly, 0.64 divided by 0.4, the answer is 1.6, so here we go, and delete others, delete all these, okay, and then go for the next question. 0.4 divided by 0.64. Remember what I said? Write this as a fraction, so this becomes 0.4 over 0.64. Okay, now here in the numerator we have one decimal place, in the denominator we have two decimal places, so we are going to use the denominator to remove out the decimal places. So in the numerator we have less number of decimal places, but in the denominator we have a bigger number of decimal places compared with the decimal places in the numerator. So what we do, since we have two decimal places in the denominator, so that suggests multiply by 100 in the denominator and multiply 100 in the numerator. What is 0.4 times 100? What I said, ignore the decimal point and put the two zeros next to each other. Same applies here. 0.64, ignore the decimal point and put the zeros next to each other. Okay, now here you have 0.4, which has one decimal place, so cancel or put a decimal point from your right hand side one step to the left, so that suggests over here. In the denominator you have 0.64 and this suggests two decimal places, so from your right hand side count two numbers and this will mean 0.64. Okay, right, so this will simplify to that will simplify to, let us see, this number becomes 40 and this number becomes 64. Okay, then you do 40 divided by 64. 40 divided by 64. 40 divided by 64 is impossible, so you put 0, add more 0 here, and then this is 400 times 64. Okay, by let's try 64 times say 7, it will be 42. 6, let us try 6 over here. This will be 24. 32, this will be 36, 38. Yes, so here comes 6. Okay, and when you multiply that, what do you get? 6 times 64, we got 24 here, 36, 38. Subtract, what is the remainder? Let us see. 10, that will be 6, 9, that will be 1. Okay, now put one more 0 here. By 3, no, by 2. That will be 2 times 64 will be 8, 128. Subtract that, this will be 4. No, that will be 2. And this will be 5 minus 2 is 3, so 320. And this will become by 5 here, 5 times 64. This is 0. 30, 32. What is the remainder? The remainder is all the way 0. Okay, now we have 0.4. 0.4 divided by 0.64. The answer we got over here, we got 0.625. So this will match with that. Or to save time, because we had one number or one calculation left on the left hand side and we had one number left on the right hand side, so we can match them exactly because that is the only choice remaining. Okay, all right, I think that helps. Then let us go to the next page. Yes, the next page is over here. You are given that 17 to the power of 3 is equal to 4913, and 34 equals to 2 times 17. Okay, use these facts to work out 34 to the power of 3. Okay, now 34 to the power of 3, what you do, take 34 and then do a factor 3 for that. See that? This equals to 2 times 17. See that? So what does it mean? It means that 34 to the power of 3 is the same as 2 times 17. But because there is a power of 3, so you do to the power of 3. Okay? So this suggests here we have 1, 2. So that means 2 to the power of 1. And here we have only 117. So this suggests 17 to the power of 1. So over here we have 2 to the power of 1 times 17 to the power of 1. Then in brackets to the power of 3. See that? 2 to the power of 1, that means you have only 1, 2. 17 to the power of 1, that means you have only 117 in the factor 3. So how do we move from here? This 3 multiplies by 1, and the same 3 multiplies by 1 here. So the result will be equal to 2 to the power of 1 times 3, then times 17 to the power of 1 times 3. See that? What is 1 times 3? This will be 2 to the power of 3 times 17 to the power of 1 times 3 is 17 to the power of 3. Okay? But remember, 17 to the power of 3 is 4913. Okay? So this will be 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by 17 to the power of 3 is 4913. And how about 2 to the power of 3? 2 to the power of 3 equals 2 times 2 times 2, and that equals 8. So over here, this is 8 times 4913. Now to multiply that, to save time, we can use a calculator. This is 4913 multiplied by 8. So the answer is 39,304. So the answer here is 34 to the power of 3. The answer we got 39,3 then 04. 04. Okay, I hope that helps. Then let us continue with the next other question. If you are taking notes, you can pause the video and start taking the notes. Okay, but for now, let us proceed with this question. The question says, one of these statements is wrong. Okay, one of these statements is wrong. Put a cross next to the statement that is wrong. Okay, let us start with this one. 26 times 25 equals 26 times 100 divided by 4. Now, to know that if this statement is wrong or correct, what we do, we remember BODMAS. Okay, 26 times 25, this is cool, but on the right hand side, we have two signs. We have multiplication and we have division. So first we have to divide. 100 divided by 4, 100 divided by 4, that is the same as 25. Okay, so in other words, what do we have here? 26 times 25 equals to 26 is still there, times 100 divided by 4 is 25. So can you see this? 26 times 25, 26 times 25. So this statement is correct. Okay, now because they said put a cross next to the statement that is wrong, so we say that this statement over here is correct. Let us go to the next one. Here is 26 times 25, but over here you have 26 times 5, 26 times 5. Now 26 times 25, again 26 times 25, this means 26 times 25 squared. So here you have 26 times 25 to the power of 1, but here you have 26 times 25 to the power of 1, but here you have 26 times 5 to the power of 2. How did I know? We have 26 times 5 and another one is here. So this, on the left hand side you have 26 times 25, only one, but on the right hand side we have 26 times 5. So this statement is incorrect. Okay, how about this one here? How about this one here? This statement over here. This statement is 26 times 25 equals to 26 times 25 equals to 25 times 26. This statement is correct. Okay, 26 times 25 and 25 times 26, they're the same, so that is correct. How about this statement here? 26 times 25 equals to 30 times 25, then minus 4 times 25. Okay, so 25 and 25 are common. These are common. So you know what it means? It means that 25 and 25, take it out, outside the brackets. Then inside the brackets, you're going to have 30 minus 4. So 30 minus 4. Now let us see. Over here on the left, you have 26 times 25, but this is 25 times. But 30 minus 4, what is that? 30 minus 4 is 26. So you see, 25 times 26, 26 times 25. So this statement is correct because 26 times 25 and 25 times 26, they are all the same. See that? So the statement which is incorrect, is this statement over here. This statement here is wrong. So we have to keep a cross here. See that? Cool. So you just put a cross over here. Okay, let us move to the next question. You can pause the video and you start writing if you're taking some notes. But otherwise, let us proceed from here. work out these. Answering these questions does not require you to have a calculator. It's just to do it as easy as follows. You have 4 1 over 2 times 3 1 over 3. What we do, step 1, is change these mixed numbers into improper fractions. So this will be 2 times 4 plus 1. This will be 2 times 4 plus 1 over the denominator is 2. Then times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 plus 1. 3 times 3 plus 1 over the denominator is 3. Can keep going. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9 over 2 times 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10 over 3. See that? These numbers diagonally, you can simplify them. And also these numbers diagonally, you can simplify them. See that? So how do we simplify that? You just do by 2 1, by 2 5, by 3 1, by 3 3. So what is 3 times 5? The answer is 15 over, what is 1 times 1? The answer is 1. So 15 divided by 1, the answer is 15. Okay, so I hope that helps. Let us go to the next question. The next question is this question over here. So to answer this question, we need the concept which we call bead mass. Now, bead mass, you may be wondering what is bead mass. Bead mass is the same as body mass. Now, when do we use bead mass? We use bead mass when in the calculation, when we have got the power, or when you have powers. So when you have powers, you have to use bead mass, but the way how bead mass works is similar to body mass. That means B stands for brackets, I stands for indices or powers, and D stands for division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction. So bead mass applies in the same way as body mass, where B in each case stands for brackets. Okay, now do we have brackets over here? Yes, we do have brackets, so we are going to use the concept bead mass. Okay, bead mass suggests to start with brackets. Now, do we have brackets? Yes, we have brackets. Now, 42.5 minus 7 multiplied by 6 in a bracket to the power 4. So bead mass suggests to start with brackets, but when you look inside the brackets, we have two signs. One is subtraction, another one is multiplication. So you know the rule of body mass that we have to start multiplying before subtraction. So this will be 42.5, the negative times positive. Negative times positive, the answer is negative. 7 times 6, the answer is 42. Okay, to the power 4. Let us proceed. Now, still we are inside the brackets. You do 42.5 minus 42. 42.5 minus 42. That is the same as 42.0. When you subtract that, you are getting 0.5. So you see that 42.5 minus 42, the answer is 0.5. Now, so we are done with the brackets. Now to the power of 4. Okay, now to the power of 4, we mean 0.5 to the power of 4 means 0.5 times 0.5 times 0.5 times 0.5. Okay, now remember what I said? When you are multiplying decimals, you can ignore the decimal point and concentrate with the whole number. So the whole number over here is 5. Over there is also 5. Over here the whole number is 5. Also the whole number is 5. Then ignore the decimal point. Then work out 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. Ignore the decimal point, work out 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. What is 5 times 5? The answer is 25. What is 5 times 5? The answer is 25. And what is 25 times 25? The answer is 625. Now count how many decimal places are here. We have one decimal place here, one decimal place here, one decimal place here, one decimal place here. Total, we have how many decimal places? 1, 2, 3, 4. So count 4 numbers from your right hand side. This we count from here. 1 number, second number, third number, fourth number. You keep a 0 and put a decimal point there. So the answer here will be 0.0625. See that? I hope that helps. And quickly, you can use a calculator to check that. You can use a calculator to check that. So here we go. Check 0.5 to the power of 4. What is the answer? The answer is 0.0625. So our answer is correct. See that? Right? So we are done. Then move on. Here we have that page. Okay. We have this page over here. This page is also, we don't need a calculator on this page because usually this type of questions comes in paper 1 where we don't use a calculator. So without a calculator, let us do this. 15 square minus 5 to the power of 3, or 15 square minus the cube of 5. Okay. I told you powers. What I said, 15 square means 15 times 15. Okay, minus 5 power 3 means 5 times 5 times 5. Okay, what is 15 times 15? You can check that, but the answer is 225. And what is 5 times 5 times 5? You can check that, but the answer is 125. When you subtract that, 225 minus 125, what is the answer? That is 0. This is 0, and this is 100. So the answer here is 100. Okay. You can check your answer using a calculator because this is just for demonstration purpose. But in the exam, you have to do it mentally. That is 15 square minus 5 to the power of 3. This is how we type powers in the calculator, and the answer is 100. So our answer is correct. Okay. Let us see the next question over here. We have 0.3 times 3, what I said, 0.9 times 3, what I said, ignore the decimal point here and concentrate on the number 9. Concentrate on the whole number, and this becomes 9 times, here we don't have a decimal point, so we take it the way how it is. So this is the same as 9 times 3, and times 3 is 27. Okay, now count how many decimal places are here. We have 1 decimal place. But over here we have no decimal place, so total we have only 1 decimal place. So that suggests count 1 number from your right hand side and keep a decimal point over here, because when you count 1 number from the right hand side, you count only 1. Why? Because we have 1 decimal place. So you count only 7, then you put a decimal point. So the answer is 0.9 times 3. The answer is 2.7. How about this? We have 9 minus 3.24. So this suggests you keep zeros over here and you work out mentally. Okay, just take 1 from 9, here remains 8, and this becomes 10. Take 1 from 10, here remains 9, and this becomes 10. So you are good to subtract. 10 minus 4, this is 6. 9 minus 2, this is 7. 8 minus 3, this is 5. So the answer here is 5.76. Alright, so we are good to go. 143 divided by 20. This we use a long division method. and this is how it looks like. 143 divided by 20. Okay, you see that? So 1 divided by 20 is not possible. Do it. 14 divided by 20, not possible. 143 divided by 20 by 8, no. By 7, that will be 0. 140, subtract that. This will be 3, the remainder 3. Now, since the remainder 3 divided by 20 is not possible, keep a decimal point here, add 0 over here, the number becomes 30, divided by 20, here comes 1, and 1 times 20 is 20, subtract over here, the remainder will be 10. 10 divided by 20 is not possible, add 0 over here, 100 divided by 20, that becomes 5. 5 times 20, this would be 100. When you subtract, the remainder is 0. So the answer here is 7.15. So you see that? You can use your calculator to check if your answer is correct. But if in the exam you are not supposed to use a calculator, then you are good to go. So we have got 7.15, so our answer is correct. Okay, now let us do 1.56 times 3.6. Let us do it over here. We have 1.56 multiplied by 3.6. Remember what I said? Ignore the decimal point and then concentrate with the whole number. When you ignore this decimal point and you ignore this decimal point, what do you have? We are going to have 156 multiplied by 36. Now, how do we do this? 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 5 is 30 plus 3, so that will be 33. 6 times 1 is 6, add 3, that is 9. 3 times 6, that is 18. Carry 1. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1, that will be 16. Carry 1. 3 times 1, that will be 3. Add 1, that will be 4. Okay, add that. You have 6. You have 11. Here I'm adding 6, 11, 15, 16. This is 5. So how many decimal places are here? 2 decimal places. 1 decimal place, total 3 decimal places. So count 3 numbers from your right. So you have 1, 2, 3. So keep a decimal point over here, and this becomes your final answer. So what you write here, you write this 1.56 times 3.6. The answer equals to 5.616. You can use your calculator to check if your answer is correct. 1.56 multiplied by 3.6. What is the answer? We got 5.616. Okay. So we are good to move on. Let us delete all this. But if you are taking notes, you can pause this video and start taking the notes. Otherwise, let us delete everything for us to get a space for the next other questions. Okay, we have 5.44 divided by 1.6. What we do, because this is division, what we do, we set that as a fraction. So here we go, 5.44 divided by 1.6. Okay, this is division, so you check where you have more decimal places. So you can see that in the denominator you have 1.6, and this suggests 1 decimal place. But in the numerator we have 5.44, and this means you have 2 decimal places in the numerator. Now we are going to use the 2 decimal places to cancel the decimal places. So because in the numerator you have 2 decimal places, so you multiply by 100 in the numerator and you multiply by 100 in the denominator. So remember what we said? We said that 5.44 times 100, you ignore the decimal point and you put the numbers like so, and then put this 100, only 2 zeros next to each other, The same applies in the denominator. Ignore the decimal point, write 16 and put these two zeros next to each other. Remember to count the number of decimal places. Here in the numerator we have 2 decimal places, so you count 2 numbers from your right, 1, 2. So you put a dot over there. In the denominator you have 1 decimal place, so you count only 1 number from your right hand side, and that will mean 1.60. Now 544.00, you can cancel that, you can also cancel that, and then you remain with 544 divided by 160. Now, how do we do that? How do we divide that? You use wrong division method. 544 divided by 160. Okay, how do we do that? Using wrong division method. We are good to go. So 5 divided by 160, not possible. 54, not possible. Take the whole number. 544 divided by 160. Okay, by how much? By 5, that will be 800. By 6, no. By 4, that will be almost 60, 140. By 3, let us try 3 over here. That will be 0, 18, 480. Correct. When you subtract that, what do you get? This will be 4. 14 minus 8, that will be 6. And this becomes 600. This becomes 64. So the remainder is 64. 64 divided by 160 is not possible. Keep a decimal point over here. Add a 0 over here. Now 640 divided by 160, that becomes 4. 4 times that, this is 0. That is 24. This is 6. When you subtract, the remainder is 0. So 5.44 divided by 1.6, the answer is 3.4. Let us use a calculator to check if we are correct. Okay, so we have 5.44 divided by 1.6. Okay, what did the answer? 3.4. So we are going to move to next question. You can pause this video and try to take some notes, but otherwise let us continue. Okay, now we're in this question here. Okay, this question says 5 plus 2 times 7. Okay, remember what we said? We have 2 signs in these calculations. One is positive, or one is plus, another one is multiplication. So this is where we use BODMAS. BODMAS is a rule which reminds you, especially when you have more than 2 signs or more than 2 operations in the calculations. When you have more than 2 operations, or when you have 2 operations in your calculation, then you have to remember BODMAS, that which operation comes first. So you have BODMAS over here in place. B stands for the brackets open, D stands for division. We don't have brackets, and also we don't have division, so we go on with multiplication. Do we have multiplication? Yes, we do have multiplication, and this is positive 2 times positive 7. So positive 2 times positive 7. So positive times positive, the answer is positive. 2 times 7 is 14. So you have 5 plus 14, the answer is 19. So over here the answer is 19. And this is the working. This is the working over here. Let us move on with the next question. The next question is here. We have 4 times 1 plus 3 to the power of 2. Okay, now in here you can see some powers. So if you have got powers, what we do, we use BIDMAS. B stands for brackets, I stands for powers or indices, D stands for division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, and lastly S stands for subtraction. Okay. Now, in this question, do we have bold mark? Do we have brackets? Yes, we have brackets over here. So we have to work out the brackets first. So this is 4 times. When you check inside the brackets, we have a power. So don't do 1 plus 3 and say the answer is 4 to the power of 2. That is wrong. Okay, so what we do, inside the brackets, work out the power. 4 times. So I'm inside the bracket. So what I do, I work out the power. 3 to the power of 2. 3 to the power of 3. 3 to the power of 2 is 3 times 3. Okay? And then you're good to go. 4 times 1 plus 3 times 3 is 9. Then after that, you can do addition inside the brackets. Inside the brackets. So 1 plus 9, the answer is 10. Then you have a multiplication here. So you have 4 times 10, the answer is 40. See that? So here the answer is 40. I hope that helps. Then let us see this question over here. We have 18.6 times 7. Remember what we said? Ignore the decimal point and the number becomes 186 multiplied by 7. Do that mentally. 6 times 7 is 42, carry 4. 7 times 8 is 56, plus 4 is 60. Put 0 there, carry 6. 7 times 1 is 7, add 6, that becomes 13. How many decimal places are over here? We have 1 decimal place. So you count 1 number from the right, and the answer becomes 130.2. You can use a calculator to check if your answer is correct. 18.6 multiplied by 7, the answer is 130.2. So our answer is correct. All right, let us stop here for now. We'll continue later in a very short time, but for now, let us stop here and bye-bye for now. I'll be with you later after a couple of minutes. All right, thank you very much, and thank you for listening to me. Bye-bye for now.